let's look at the double pawns when it's rook versus rook and two pawns. So white will try to first exchange the rooks safely in a way that white will win no matter what. So white will go here. We can play this move. White goes here. And now exchanging is not good for black, because if this was one pawn it would have been good, because rook takes rook, king takes rook, king goes here, this move goes here and goes up, goes back, because of we have opposition and the king is already on that square. So if after this check and this is stalemate, and so that's why with one pawn it is a draw, but when it's two pawns, this is not a draw, because I can go here, and now this, and after this move king goes here. Now this is a stalemate, but we have this pawn which can make a waiting move. After this the king goes here and we take the control of the square, and the promotion is not stoppable. And so it's not good to exchange the rooks when we have double pawns, when the white has double pawns. And so we have three moves which we can play to avoid the exchange. We have rook g1, then we have rook g7, and then we have rook g4. All three moves are drawn moves and they can draw the game, but it's more practical to play this move, rook to g4, than to play the other two moves. It still draws with the other two moves, but the even natural moves in the after you play for some time, even natural moves can be losing. There can be some natural moves that might lose the game, and I'll be telling you what to do, what happens when you play these two moves first. So let's first look at rook g1. So usually we go to the back to give back checks, and that is a very natural move, but that loses the game. So first we give this check, and after the so rook goes here, king goes up. Then if we give this check, king has this move, and it's a mate threat. And if king goes here to save the mate threat, we can just exchange of the rook, and this time we have two connected pawns which are better than a double pawn. And so, and the other move would be to bring the rook back, but this is also lost, because we can just go here, and after this king threatens we can just exchange with because this pawn is protecting. So rook instead of that yeah, there's no other move. King can go here, but we can just push, and now there is a fork threatened, so king goes back, and we can bring in we can also go here, but now there is no threat of this check, and now rook goes here, and there is no way to stop the mate for black, and because now we cover this square with the pawn, there is no way to stop the mate, and so that's why rook to c8 is not the best move in the position after this check. And so both the moves, rook king to c8 and rook to c8, both are not the right moves after rook g1. The correct move is rook g1 here, and this is not very natural when you bring the rook back. And so when the king is here, here to play this move to like not give a check with the rook when the king is so open, and so that's why rook g1 would not be the right move, because it's very unnatural to play king c8 after rook g1, and so rook g1 I would not recommend to play. Then there's the other move. Now let's look at rook g7. In this move is also leads to a lot of complications, and even natural moves are not very Great. So rook will go here. After rook g7, king goes here, and we play this move. Now the only good move is going back to rook g1, and after rejecting rook g1, it's very unnecessary to play rook g1 after rook g7. In this move is a very common move, and it's losing because after d6 you can't take the rook, because if you take the rook, this check just wins the rook for free. King goes back and then you win the rook, so this pawn is can't be taken. And so king d7, and after king d7 you can play this. King can go here, but we just give a check, and after that king is kind of forced out here, and then we can push the king and then support the pawn and win the game. So after this we can go here, king has to go back, we can go up, and there is no way the rook can stop the pawn from promoting, and so that's why rook g6 is not the right move. And even after rook g1, after this here after rook g1 we can give this check with the pawns were here, so we can give this check, and after that king goes to d8 I guess, and after that king goes here, and even here king goes here, we give a check, and king goes here, and we just go here, and after this check king goes back, rook goes here, king goes here, and it's still not very clear because the pawns are very the king is not in front of the pawns, and it's still a draw, but it's very difficult to draw this game. And so king rook g7 is not the move to be played after when offered an exchange with this rook. So the ideal move is this. Now let's look at rook g4. So when rook g4 is played, like this, rook gives this check, king goes to d7, and now d6. Now after only after d6 is played, go to rook g1, because this is more easy. So now after this check, now king can't go to d6 obviously, so after this check king goes to here, and then this move. You can also play this king c7, king c6, and after this check, now you can give this check, because if king goes to d5 you can go back to h1, and if d7 is played, king go here, king goes here, give this check, king goes here, give this check, now d5 blocks, and you can go to h6 again, and if d6 is played you can even take the pawn, because if king takes, it's a stalemate. And after rook g7 you can't go to rook g1, because again the king can go here. So by going to here, now we are forcing the white king to play d6, because there is no other way to progress in this position, and that's how you can get the draw when you have two double pawns on the central file. And yeah, that's all for the central file. Now I'll talk about a game which is played on the knight file. This is just an example game. This is a game that was played between Kalashnikov and Bocharov in Sochi 2004. And so in this position, so this was the position, it is white to move, and white played this move to get more active with the rook, but this is not the right move. Activity is not the right play in the end game. It's more about calculating. And so after that move, black played this check, king went here, and king went to h3. Now rook went to b3 check, and then this was played, and now rook had to go back here, and then rook went here, so that the pawn would be pushed and the king is free from checks. so the rook protects this rank. And after this, rook went here, and then rook went to c1, playing like normal. Rook went here, rook went here, and then g2. Not g2, first g5 was played, so that the pawn is plushed and the rook will be busy just playing waiting moves. And then this, and now g2, and after that we give a check, and takes, and now the king goes here, and the promotion square is covered, and now the king can't stop the pawn from promoting, and the game was lost by white. And so that to draw the game, white had to play rook b2 to prevent the checks, and black has no way to progress in this position. Even if black goes here, rook can just move between all these squares, and there's no way for black. Even if black gives a check, you can just move on, go back and forth. So after this, there's no way for black to progress in this game, and so it would be a draw. But black fell for that and went here, and keeping the king unsafe from these checks, and so that's where white lost the game. And that's how that's all for these double pawns. And I'll be talking about the uh, next set, which is the rook and the bishop pawn. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching.